Alright, so I know last time I said shit was gonna be different next video, and this technically is different, but this isn't it. But I've been pretty busy making that video, which was recorded before E3 and planned to come out before E3, but I suck at scheduling, so that failed. And I really wanted to get these next two videos out since they're about shit that happened at E3. And since I want these videos out, there's gonna be minimal editing. This is gonna be 95% audio, and I don't even think 5% visuals. Sorry about that, I am breaking my promises again, but again, I want to get this out while this shit is kinda relevant. So, let's begin. Hello everyone, this is VG Master 2, and E3 happened! And during E3, we got not one, but two characters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, I just wanted to go over them and give my opinions on them. Alright, so the first one was announced at the very beginning of the fucking presentation, because of course it fucking was! And it was Hero from Dragon Quest. Now, this Android 17 looking motherfucker, and he does look like that because it's the same character designer as Dragon Ball, is actually the Luminary from the 11th game. So you might be wondering, why the fuck isn't he called Luminary? Well, that's because he's one of 4 different characters. Yes, he's like Bowser Jr., where multiple of his costumes are actually different people. There's the Luminary as the default skin, but the others are the protagonist of Dragon Quest VIII, the protagonist of Dragon Quest IV, who is apparently named Solo, and this motherfucker. This Goku-looking motherfucker is not only the closest to Goku you'll ever fucking get, but is also pretty infamous in the Smash community. He is Erdrick, and he was revealed early by literally a fuck ton of leaks. Like, everyone guessed him to the point that no one wanted him, including me. The way they made the trailer, they announced Luminary first, so it's like, well, it's from Dragon Quest, but it's not Erdrick. And then they reveal Erdrick. I know Japan is happy, I guess, but thanks, I hate it. Okay, I'll give them this. He's got RPG spell selections, but other than that, he's just another basic sword fighter bitch. Why didn't they choose Sora? A character who wields not a sword, but a blunt force weapon, who also can use spells and is loved by more than just the Japanese and a few Westerners. I've actually heard a theory from a YouTuber I'm subscribed to, and I actually believe them, that Square Enix forced Nintendo to put a character of theirs into the game specifically as DLC, in exchange for Cloud not being DLC. And that makes sense, because Square Enix is a dick, and that sounds like something they would do. I'm gonna add my input and go even further. I think they chose specifically Dragon Quest because they want to shill for it now that it's slightly relevant. If that's true, they are fucking assholes. Especially because Sakurai is actually pretty good friends with the creator of Kingdom Hearts, Tetsuya Nomura. And they have said that they've wanted to collaborate with each other. You couldn't even let him do that. Fuck you, Square. Now the other character is a bit of a surprise. It's Banjo and Kazooie. Now, listen, the reactions for them are godsends, but you really didn't pick Steve? I mean, only a few thousand people gave a shit about Banjo, people who are over 20 at least. But Steve is from the highest selling game ever. Millions of people of various ages love him. You would have gotten millions of dollars from millions of people, sell a few hundred Switches maybe, and make some of them Nintendo fans for life. But instead of that, you chose the reactions of a few thousands over the money of millions. Really? And Steve getting in is important in another way. Unlike Shantae or Shovel Knight, who started off on Nintendo consoles and were basically set for life to the point that they're practically not indie games, Minecraft started from literally nothing, started on PC and worked its way up to becoming a phenomenon to the point that it was bought by one of the big 3 console makers. Steve being in Smash would have been a huge culmination of that, but no. Let's choose the furry. But Banjo's pretty cool too. And it's nice closure. His story is like K-Rool's, but more tragic. Taken away from your parent company to be used sparsely and shittily by your new owners, only to end up back home in the biggest video game ever. I have to admit, that's pretty cool. Even if it's all Nintendo's fault and they could have prevented all that if they'd just gotten their head out of their ass. The Dragon Quest Heroes come out in summer, so basically a few weeks probably, and Banjo and Kazooie come out later this year in the fall. I might not be maining either of them, or at least planning to, but I'm gonna buy both of them because even if Hero can go fuck himself, when it comes to Smash Bros, I am a very good shill. Anyways, I'm VGMaster2, and next time, I'm gonna be talking about the antics of a certain company whose mascot is, appropriately, a fucking rat.